Hey, Hunter from Black Valve, and today we're going to be unboxing the Cooler Master's MasterBox NR200P. So this is the white edition, and we wanted this case to be a very small build. So I'm going to go over some of the features that this case has, and kind of the functionality of it still being a compact case. First, bust it open. Tempered glass panel, which it seems like we're not going to use. Based on our cooling system, I think we're going without glass. At least we're under the understanding you can use it without the glass. Just use the mesh. So let's check it out. Broken. Come on. Oh, the handles. There we go. Oh wow, this thing's pretty. I'm jealous. I want one. Hey, I want one. Wowee. Talk about compact. It's really slick. It is pretty dang slick. I really like the form factor. At first it almost felt like it went like that. But man, really clean design. Lots and lots of airflow. Really gonna breathe. So let's see what's inside. Does this just slip up? Let's see any sort of screws holding it in. There's a little something weird in that. How do you do it? Oh, it's like a front panel. Just pull it out. You got the little tabbies. There they go. That was a slippy. Honestly, there might be enough room on the top for that radiator where you could still use the glass. I'm curious to see what the glass is like. Ooh, it's pretty. What is this? Oh. There it is with the glass. I bet you that bracket comes out of there.
That's right.
Is it? Something in the way. Need a screwdriver. We'll get to there eventually. Let's see if we can, build it. It looks like that radiator could fit up there, dude. I would say try for that if you could. And then profit, There you go. That just comes right off too. So that'll be easy. You know what I mean? You could maybe just mount that up right there and. Well, it's really accessible for sure too. Let's see what's in here. Well, we'll just have to see where we can get with it, but very accessible design. I really like the compactness. You can also do a vertical mount for a card as well. So that way if you had a bigger card, you could display it right here in the window, which would be kind of a slick look. But we're going to keep everything here and potentially put that radiator right here, and maybe it could slip up here. That'd be really cool. It'd be really tight, but really looking at it now, I don't think it would because of the fans. With the fans and the radiator, it's probably thicker than that, but we shall see. So it comes with some really nice Cooler Masters fans, which is slick. I assume those are intended for this. It's an assumption I have. Yeah, it just pops into those rubber grommets. So that's cool. They give you that included. Oh, and it even is including, that's actually super cool. It includes the bracket to mount the PCI card the other way. So that's kind of neat. Then you can put it right there like that. That's slick. That's really cool they include that. I wouldn't, you know, I didn't really expect this to be in there, honestly, especially for the cost of this thing. You'd think that's something you'd have to go get. So that's neat. All right, so now that you've seen the case, we're gonna go ahead and put the computer build inside of this. So we're gonna have an AMD 5600X and an RTX 3060 in this build. And we're gonna see whether or not we can maybe get that radiator up top, and maybe that'll allow us to put our graphics card in the window, or we'll just go all mesh, and we'll kind of see what we get with that. All right, so now we've got everything in this case, and it was a tight build for sure. This graphics card was definitely a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. And our biggest struggle is we tried to put this radiator on the top because it would have been a little more slick if we had the graphics card, or, you know, or if we had just put the window on or had the ability to. But it's a little cramped in there, and ultimately, if the fans were a bit thinner, we could maybe fit it in there, but it was running into the power supply in the back. So there's just not enough room vertically here. There actually is a bracket here that I think allows you to move the power supply up a little, so you actually gain more room down here. But yeah, really, really tight build. And you know, the power supply cables are a little stiff in there, as well as the radiator tubes. They're just as stiff as they are. It was hard to get them to lay in the way that I was hoping they would, but we managed, and after flipping the radiator around a few times, we found the magic orientation of everything. So as I was building, there was a lot of times where I was like, man, I wish this panel would come off, and actually the bottom panel does come off, both sides. The front, it all comes off, so you can really get inside this thing and kind of attack it from all angles. It's really just a frame around all the sides, and then the covers all kind of create the outer shell of this case. So really slick if you're looking for something compact to fit on a table. You know, there's really actually quite a bit in there between the radiator, the graphics card, two 120 mil fans on the top. You know, and that's the thing, if we had fit that radiator on top, it really just would have, you know, we probably could have foregone those two the two fans. But you know, there should be really good cooling in here. It's basically just one big fat heat sink, really, and it'll be sweet. Be a nice tabletop PC. So overall, I really like this case, especially as someone who's not always so worried about having a glass side and seeing everything inside. I kind of like a classic look, so it is very functional, and you're definitely not going to run into too many issues as far as clearances for most stuff. There's going to be cards that don't fit, there's going to be radiators that don't fit, but there's definitely quite a bit of more room than it looks like, definitely from the outside, because it's very short, quite skinny, and not very deep. I mean, it's very much compact, but it's a brick. So all the parts we use in this build will be in the description if you want to see those, just so you know for sure those fit with this case if you're looking to build into this case, and it's really high quality. You see that? Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this case, please put them in the comments below. We'll try to help you out. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.
Okay, now open your eyes.
It's a box! Oh